All right, so our first speaker, Jessica Synsky. She's been in real estate now longer than a half dozen years. I love the shit out of her, and I believe that this is probably one of the newest rising stars in this area. So somebody who's well acclimated in investing, but also in all kinds of realtor services. I'll let you talk to her or ask her questions, but without any further ado, Jessica Synsky.
Hi everyone, my name is Jessica. I had a very nice introduction. I did have a PowerPoint, but I don't have a laptop with me, so it's not on the screen. So I'm going to go off of it off my phone, so that way I have something to guide by. But basically what I'm talking about are apps that could help your business or hurt your business. So who in the room is a realtor? So we have a couple, and then the rest of you are all investors? Yep. Okay, cool. So some of the important apps are ones that help you find the ARV of the properties. So that's like one of the most important things, so that way you know the numbers when you're going on these appointments with these sellers. And some of those programs are, sorry, I'm a little nervous. I've never actually talked in front of people, so if I'm a little shaky, that's why. So some of these programs are PropStream, My REI Pro, Wholesale Hacker. Those are some of the ones that I find have the most data. Who in here uses some of those programs, and which ones do you use? Michael? PropStream. Anyone else? No one else uses any programs to find their leads? My REI Pro. So, like I said, when you're going on these appointments, you really want to know your numbers, so that way you can outbeat the competition. So some of the competition are like your iBuyers, like Zillow or OfferPad, Opendoor, and they're offering a higher number, but then cutting down the numbers with their costs. So like they have like a 6 to 13% cost from their offers, so it lowers their debt. So when you're offering a lower offer, the seller ultimately sees that number. So sometimes you can rearrange your numbers so that way you have the higher offer, and then cut down your costs, and ultimately you're purchasing it higher, but they're paying you in those costs. Zillow and OfferPad and Opendoor, they act like a middleman. So they purchase the property, and then they go and sell it on the open market, the MLS. They only account for about 0.5%, so they're not much of the market out there. So that still means there's tons of opportunities out on the market. There's other competitors like HomeLight, Knock. There's another one called Orchid. So these are trade-in companies where they will lend the owners money to purchase another property, and then they will either help you sell or help the owners sell that property or buy that property if they can't sell it. So those are definitely big competitors to your business as investors, because they are buying out properties, but they're also offering lending options to help those owners purchase other properties. So maybe if they have to buy another property, making your offer more flexible and talking through their goals of what they want to do to get there. Another one is Ribbon. Ribbon actually offers lending for 180 days, and then if they can't purchase or if they can't secure financing or sell their home, then they'll end up having to pay them back all that money with higher fees. So they only offer it for like 180 days at their preliminary rates, those cash terms. Another one's Curbio. Curbio is actually a construction company who will go in and do all the repairs of a property. So they'll give you, as an owner, a higher net at the end because they'll make your property look better. and then they won't take any of the fees until the property sells. So those are some other ways that these people are competing against you. It might give you some insight on ways that you can do more creative deals to make those deals work and put more money in your pockets. A lot of these people are big dogs, but I like to say don't fear the big dog, just outsmart and outwork them. So adding in all these different ways will help you get to more success by adding in their ways that they've thought of as well to your back pocket. I have actually used a lot of these, so I've gotten offers from OfferPad, Open Door, and if you guys want information about those, I'd be free to talk to you about them and give you the best avenue of what could help your business. My phone number is 980-365-3575, and I'll be free to talk if you want to. Does anyone have any questions?
What were those first three things that you said about the ARV? I heard PropStream, and then what were the other two?
There's PropStream, My REI Pro, and Wholesale Hacker. Wholesale Hacker is actually a program that's owned by someone who lives here locally. His name is Michael DeFrancis. He's actually offering 20% off until tomorrow evening on his program.
Again? Oh, sorry.
Wholesale Hacker.
Wholesale Hacker. I can't get the My REO.
REI Pro.
Yeah, I can't get that one to come up.
I can
Wholesale.
send you the link. It's definitely myreipro.com. That's one I use.
Thank you.
They all have comps, so you can pull comps live. They're a little more accurate than Zillow, I find. So they have like your off-market and on-market sales that you can look at comps for. They also skip trace all three of them. So I think Wholesale Hacker is at 10 cents. My REI Pro, I don't remember. And then PropStream, Michael, do you know how much they charge for?
For PropStream? Sorry, I think PropStream is between 10 and 12 cents, depending on the amount.
So they have options for you to skip trace. You can pull lists from these. So that.
Question. When you're skip tracing from these companies, how accurate is their skip tracing credibility?
Can you repeat his question, please?
He's asking how accurate the skip tracing is. I don't have percentages for each of the company. I've used the skip tracing on my REI Pro. I've gotten a good result of people who've answered. I don't know the percentage though. Michael?
It's actually kind of a question for Curtis. It's kind of plays both ways. So you say you have 90% accuracy, which is amazing, but what is the hit rate based off of what you're sending? So if you send out 1,000 leads to try and get phone numbers and emails, how many are coming back with phone numbers and emails, whether or not?
So, repeat the question. I know out of everybody 100, I don't get him about 3.
So it's really 3%.
He gets a hit about 3%.
No, I get
97%.
Just to be clear, like that's very good. Like for PropStream, so
For PropStream, we expect, now granted the accuracy may be high, but we're only getting hits on between 65 and 78% of our numbers or leads that we send out.
Michael, can you explain hits? Like people don't know.
Yeah, of course. So, everyone know what skip tracing is, right?
No.
Okay. Not yet? Okay, wonderful. So skip tracing is essentially, let's say you're driving for dollars and you're trying to find properties that are in some type of distress. You may be able to find the address and the owner's name, but how do you get in contact with them? You could mail them, but you could also text them, call them, all that kind of stuff. Skip tracing is the act of finding publicly available information such as phone numbers and emails. And you can pay many services to provide that information for you. So what we try and do is, let's just say we spend a week driving for dollars, we find 200 to 300 properties that could fit that distress criteria. We will send that list to a skip tracing service for us to get those phone numbers. If we send 1,000, or I'm sorry, I used different numbers, but let's just say I sent 200 homes, 200 prospective leads. Based off of what's out there, we expect to get no more than 150 of those leads back with some type of information. Of that information, of what we receive, the standard I would say is only about 75 to 80% accurate. So even though you may get 160 phone number leads back out of the 200, maybe only 120 of those 160 are actually proper data. So Curtis being able to provide 97% accurate data compared to 65% is actually a significant difference. So when you are trying to find skip tracing and other ways of locating homeowners' information, these are very important numbers to consider, not just how many leads that are sent back to you with information, but the accuracy within those numbers. And then sometimes if they're not accurate, you use a different company to see if they provide different results. It's really kind of a pull as many levers until something hits as possible. Yeah.
Thank you, Mike. Do you have any more questions? Does anyone else have any questions? Okay. I will hand this back to Jamie.
Thank you, Jessica.